licensed to carry 74 passengers. That's how much life-saving equipment we've got. 74 people. We can't take any more than that, otherwise we'll be breaking the laws. Now then, if we load up to 74 today, we will be going back to the Portsmouth side. If you find yourselves being left behind, what you can do, you can either wait for the next water bus, you can either walk to the town centre of Gosport, one of those power blocks there, get one of the Gosport ferries over, or it's quite a nice day, you could swim. Alright. So here we are again, look, back on the same boat. Was that good, was it, the Submarine Museum? Yeah. Nearly as good as the boat ride. Oh, there you go, see. So did you all learn a lot about HMS Alliance then? Okay, we'll soon see. Did they tell you about the time that she ran aground? Ah, no, you see, I didn't think they'd tell you that. Well, it's true. She was coming back to Portsmouth once, back in the 70s, and the navigator on board made a bit of an error, and she went the wrong way and hit something called the Isle of Wight. It's true. What made it worse, it was high tide, and at low tide you could all see a submarine on the beach. So they try not to tell people that. He's older than what he looks. One day he's going to punch me. Did they explain about the dive tower there? That's the creamy coloured tower with the windows running up. That is the old escape tower there. That's the one that was filled up with water, one of the deepest swimming pools in the country. And that's where the submarine crews had to practice escaping from a submarine. In a controlled environment, they'd have to swim from the bottom to the top without any breathing equipment. It would take between 8 and 12 seconds breathing out the whole way up. And if the safety divers had to come to your help, that would count as a fail. You had to do it on your own. You had to breathe out all the way up, otherwise your lungs would explode, and of course you'd be killed to death. It's very cheerful, isn't it? The green one we're just about to pass, this building here, that's where they used to test all the periscopes for the submarines when they were here. That's where they were serviced and tested, that green one. So yeah, that's the harbour entrance there off to the right. This is the only way in and out of all the ships we'll see today. It's very narrow, very shallow, it's very easy to protect. That's why lots of leaders always chose Portsmouth as a naval base. On the left-hand side of the entrance, you can still see just some of the defences that were built around the harbour. You can see the round tower. This dates from the days of Henry V. Hold on a bit here, folks. We're going to get a bit of rock and roll, as we call it. So just hold on. Isn't this fun? Those of you who remember the Falklands Task Force leaving the harbour back in 1982, in all the news footage, all those buildings off to the right there are all in the background. That's where all the crowds gathered. So you've got great news now on the Solent. You can clearly spot the sea defence forts. These were built by the Victorians to protect the harbour against the French. They now belong to the chap who used to own Dreams, the bed company. And that one in the centre is a luxury hotel. If you want to spend one night out there, it's £350 per person per night. They also do Sunday dinner for £150. And if you like, we can also get married out there. Okay, right, no. And for you and 7 of your best friends for 4 nights, it's £32,000. But surprisingly, they are quite busy. There's an old white car ferry there, just going across to Fishbourne. That'll take about 45 minutes. When you look at the fort again, you'll see out there very shortly, it was just to the right of it where the Mary Rose went down. That's where it happened. Obviously the fort wasn't there then, but she sailed out on the harbour entrance and tipped over in front of Henry VIII's eyes. The captain of the Mary Rose was extremely worried, so much so that when they went down there in the early 1980s, the first thing they discovered was a nervous wreck. It's alright, we're getting off in a minute. Great views of Gunwale Quay off to the right and the Spinnaker Tower. If you look up, you can just see the glass floor, the largest one in Europe. And if you take your shoes off, you're allowed to walk across. So we better not go too close because sometimes it does get a bit rude. Especially if ladies are walking over. Oh, also off to the right there, look, you can see Portsmouth Harbour train station. That's where the Isle of Wight passenger ferries run a service to Ryde Pier. It takes them about 20 minutes. And you've also got one of the green and white Gosport ferries coming over. These ferries save a 17-mile road journey. About 3 million people use them every year. That's the newest one there, it's called the Spirit of Gosport. Now it's specially built with a glass bottom, so they can see all their old boats. You see all those people there on the top of the Warrior? Yeah, give them a smile and a wave. They also date from 1860. Right, ladies and gents, boys and girls, very shortly then we'll be alongside at the Historic Dockyard, so for your own safety now, please keep all hands and fingers away from the edge, and please don't leave the vessel till you've been told it's safe to do so by a member of the crew.